and I've made up my mind very strongly. Being in the Netherlands makes me sometimes so angry to see how by parts of the society actually people are denied the journey that I've been taking and that has given me so much fulfillment. And to see people being told that that is not possible, it makes me very angry.
If I was satisfied and happy and had a sense of peace, then I wouldn't be on this journey.
One of the main issues is the question of therapy to help people who suffer from same-sex attraction that they don't wish to have. They would like to be rid of it. They go to a therapist and they are refused because that therapist is in danger of being struck off by their professional body.
There's very strong pressure on academics and journalists not to explore sexual politics in a critical way, or even a detached or disinterested way. And the reason is because it's career suicide. I use the term sexual politics to describe the rise of feminist politics and more recently homosexualist politics. And it's very striking that in the last 40 years or so, the elephant in the room in the Western world has been this rise of sexual politics.
The main issues that we took up were this business of what is the evidence that people are born with their sexual orientation, and what is the evidence that they cannot change. These seem to me to be entirely fair and appropriate questions. We addressed them to the President of the Royal College. She never replied to us. After 2 months, we had a letter saying we will not discuss these things. Now, I think that's gross. It's rude on any level, but in terms of their medical responsibilities, it's gross. We asked proper, well-researched and detailed questions about the science, and they won't discuss it.
The Royal College of Psychiatrists have misled both church and state. They made a submission to the Church of England which had 5 broad themes. You're born gay because it's biological. You can't change. If you try to change, you'll harm yourself. If you find that you're depressed or suicidal, you are probably suffering from homophobia in society. And likewise, if you find it hard to hold a same-sex relationship together, it's probably society's fault. Now, all 5 of those are unsupported by science. The Royal College itself undermined the first 2 of these. The following year, they brought out a new position statement which said, not it's biological causation, but it's a combination of biology and early life experiences, and they used the crucial word postnatal. And what happens to you postnatally means you were not born that way. And that message needs to go out around the world. You were not born that way. Similarly, they acknowledge that there is a fluidity in sexuality so that it can change. They don't accept that it can be changed, but it can change. So that undermines the second point. The third point they sustained by misquoting or misrepresenting a scientific paper by changing the word majority to read small minority. And the fourth and fifth points were rebutted by the Church of England Working Group itself, to whom they made the submission, who said, look, if you look at the studies that you are referring to, they don't actually support the points that you're making. So all 5 of these points are invalidated.
Where are we going to start if we don't have any moral or spiritual tradition that is acknowledged?
The fact that the family now has been redefined, that marriage is not between a man and a woman anymore, but can be 2 men or 2 women, I think that will have enormous complications by virtue of the fact that it's legislation. So to oppose that position, which is in conflict with the scriptures, there's to be a legislative consequence. And how that's going to be worked out in the coming days, I just wonder. I wonder, will churches be allowed to teach what they understand to be the biblical position? I wonder, will the state bring pressure to bear on them to have a wider position?
There is a danger that the Christian Church, in seeking to contribute positively to society as it should, and as the apostles encouraged it to do, capitulates to values that betray the foundation of the Jewish heritage upon which the Church is built.